do you now recall?
The defense's line of questioning centered around the announcement of the presidential results of the 2007 general election, the tension before and after the announcement, and the violence that erupted thereafter.
There was talk that PNU, led by former President Kibaki, was planning to rig the election. Is that right?
I do not know about that.
The witness also insisted that he wasn't aware of Raila Odinga's early lead as votes were still being tallied. Neither did he read anything into the long delay in the announcement of the final result, although he reckons it caused a lot of tension.
And also the drama that was unfolding at the KICC further heightened this tension.
I did not observe the happenings at KICC.
Did you see Mr. Kivuiti on television addressing the nation about the results?
Yes, I saw him.
Did you see him talking about people cooking up results?
He talked of so many things, but my interest was in conclusion, who won the election at that.
To refresh his memory, the defense played a video recording of Kivuito sounding an alarm over vote rigging.
What kind of cooking is going on?
Do you now recall ever seeing this particular clip aired on television?
I did not see it.
The scenes contained in that clip remind you of what you saw or similar events you saw on television during that time?
Events which interested me was not this conferencing. It was just after the figures to know who was leading and who was following.
But you were following events on television, were you not?
Sometimes, not always. Mostly I relied on the radio, which I had put beside my bed to listen.
Mr. Witness, are you telling this court that throughout this period, when results were delayed for a number of days, you never heard anyone talk about that PNU was stealing the vote?
I don't remember because I was not watching the TV.
The witness claims he missed out on the late evening swearing-in ceremony of President Mwai Kibaki. He wasn't watching TV at the time.
You heard people say that Kibaki had stolen the vote, did you not?
I heard it from a shopkeeper, not from people, not from radio, not from TV, from a shopkeeper.
And he did not witness the Kikuyu community celebrating the results.
Are you aware of any locations or instances where the Kikuyus, in fact, attacked their neighbors?
There is no incident where the Kikuyus attacked their neighbors. They only defended their property.
Are you trying to diminish Kikuyu involvement and Kikuyu role in this violence?
I am not trying to.
On his way to the Eldoret police station where he and his family sought refuge, he claims he passed two roadblocks. One was manned by armed Kalenjin, Luo and Luya youth who had written the word ODM zone on the road. The other roadblock, he says, was manned by Kikuyu youth.
And these Kikuyu youths were doing exactly the same thing as the others?
They were not doing exactly the same thing.
Mr. Witness, you are biased in favor of Kikuyus, aren't you?
I am not.
When the violence broke out, the witness claims the Kikuyu people had no one to turn to and no arms to defend themselves except for stones.
Stones are very good for defending, because even if one had a gun and 50 people are throwing stones at him, he would not have time to prepare himself with that gun or with the arrow.
There must have been a lot of stones.
Yes. There is no scarcity of stones where I come from.
Are you able to explain why more robust weapons of self-defense than stones were not in use by Kikuyus, according to you?
We anticipated that the government would protect us. So there was no need of harming ourselves and fighting.
He claims he did not recognize any of the arsonists who burned houses in his home area. He was told they came in lorries from a faraway division called Ziwa in Eldoret. The next prosecution witness is expected in court Thursday. Sylvia Chebet for The Big Question.